Six. 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 Hello everyone, Dan 14th Prime here. Today I want to check out with you guys the Transformers Takara Legends 50. This is SixShot, leader class figure, and of course repaint, redeco of the Hasbro Titans Return figure. We'll get them both in this video side by side to compare. It's a very simple kind of box here, very colorful, showing all SixShot's different modes. Pretty cool. We'll see he's got the little Titan Master that basically looks like a mini SixShot. It's all the usual stuff around the box with some artwork on this side. Product shots over here with all the different modes and how the Titan Master interacts with all of them. Of course, then here on the back, I always like they kind of put the artwork behind and then lay the product shots over the top. Very cool deco with this guy. We'll check it out, but really, really cool. And then, of course, top of the box is where Takara has the little headmaster thing that reminds us most of Hasbro Titans Return. So that's the box. Let's take a quick peek at the very cool manual. So big win for me today. This is probably the first video I've ever done where I've actually remembered the transition to the manual. I always forget about the manual. Pretty typical, Takara insert here. Very colorful artwork there. Sorry, it's always super high gloss. Trying to avoid the glare, but product shots there. And tech specs. And then, of course, as we fold it out, you get the comic book here. Bit of a bigger comic book given leader class, which of course then goes into instructions. But let me just check the comic real quick. Got Ultra Magnus in it. And thankfully no scantily clad underage Japanese girls, so I like that. Alright, that's the manual. And here is SixShot. Man, he looks cool. It's very, very different deco than the Hasbro version. It's kind of subtle, but then when you get them side by side, it's like, wow, that's really different. Even have some remolding here. The head, all new here with Takara. Okay, so let's just jump into it and get these guys side by side so you can start to take a look. Again, big picture, really very, very green. More tealish, but still a lot of blue. Really dark purple. Really very girly purple. All kinds of differences with the accents. Hasbro using some stickers that Takara is not. And let's just kind of chunk this out a bit because I think there's a lot there. Now the helmet, the head sculpts, very different. They really gave a great helmet and head sculpt to Takara version to get the toon accuracy. Of course, Hasbro going more, I think, just toy look as usual. When you look at the chest here, Takara really darkening it up like the cartoon. Kind of black in the middle, gunmetal, kind of gray really above and below it. Where Hasbro's got more of a translucent there and just keeping the green. Stickers here, of course. Takara's made these knobs really black, whereas here they're almost like kind of a translucent plastic as well. The black stomach, keeping the blue. The white crotch is correct on both. White legs with the black little notch, that is toon accurate. See, Takara's got really the whole white claw section, and they just paint the toes. Not to spoil the kind of beast mode, but check that out. That's what you get. Versus that for Hasbro. So really kind of blending in the claw effect for bot mode. Also upstairs, you see up here, you get kind of the gunmetal gray all the way around. And here you just have the black on the inside there. And then the treads, which maybe we'll see better on the side. But again, kind of that gunmetal gray over here and just black with Hasbro. Jumping downstairs, you see that really different purple. And I gotta say though, of course, Takara's doing toon accuracy. I think even with this lower leg, Hasbro's would probably be a bit better for the lower leg for toon, but I think Takara's almost got really like how SixShot appeared in his cartoon commercial for the toy. He looks like that. He's that colorful.
What about attack?
SixShot will stop him. SixShot's a one-robot army. He's a jet fighter.
That's one.
The rocket car.
That's two.
He's a tank.
Three.
The winged wolf.
Four.
A laser pistol.
Five.
And a robot.
That's six. SixShot's my name.
And I'll try to lay some of these pics and videos in here for comparison so you can see what I'm talking about. But of course the purple jumps out at you. The accents here all silver, black with the silver. If we jump to the profile, you can see those tank tread differences. Of course, the rims are painted with Takara. And then you see the profile of the wings where Hasbro is silver all the way down, some green trim, a sticker basically for a stripe, Takara, that gunmetal gray here because it was basically black in the tune, and then you've got the Decepticon logo kind of tampered on there. And then downstairs, some of that differences, again, the purple, yellow sticker stripe there, more purple versus black here. We'll see that pop more when we get the different modes side by side. I just want to I'll touch it all here, and as we go through the modes, I'll be a bit briefer. Back of the figure here, not sure how easy it is to see. I mean, the purple on the back of Takara is a really dark purple like the Hasbro legs. So you've got that going on. You also see a little bit of a peak of a red accent there. Again, we'll see that more in a mode. You get the silver roof versus a white painted roof over here. And again, tank track, silver versus black. Then when we come down, some of that, blue comes around the back, just like it's all green over here for Hasbro. These little discs on his butt are painted that gunmetal gray on Takara. And then just basically the back of those legs where they're white versus all black. Okay, so that's kind of a detailed overview. I just want to point everything out once to you. We're going to flip them through the different modes and do those same comparisons. I just won't belabor every detail. I'll just kind of give you the overall look and let you check it out. And to spare some time in this video, I'm going to do the transformations offline. I'm sure there's plenty of good Hasbro videos already out there if you need some of the technical instructions on how to transform this guy. Okay, so first off here, we've got SixShot in his tank mode. And I got to say, every time I handle SixShot, I think he was really the first fan mode. I think you really got to use your imagination on some of his modes, hence the fan mode comment. So this is his tank. And again, you're basically just seeing those deco differences come through. I will say interesting on the inside of his wing here, it is that same silver. So it's just the outside where they've done that darker gray metal to kind of help in bot mode. So that's pretty cool. We do see some similar accenting. You see how the legs impacting. Up here you get more of the purple all the way through, and here you get the black. Back of the figure here, which is some of those different accents on the knees coming through. Sides pretty much the same. And of course you get the silver roof there versus the white over here. And maybe a good time while we're here, just go ahead and look at the Titan Master. Again, totally different mold. Yes, the Hasbro SixShot over here has kind of got something on his forehead, but it is different than the Takara. And definitely look at the faceplate. You look at the sides here. Some of these accents on kind of whatever the cheek, I guess you'd call it. Just how deep that is on the cheek and how far his face goes back here versus the Takara version. Very different. And if we flip them apart, Hasbro's was, of course, just awful. No paint at all. And then Takara over here, it's a mini SixShot. It's really cool. It's got all that same blue. Got the little black wings, some red eyes. But they give him blue all the way down to the leg. But, he's kind of like a little SixShot. And, of course, all that same functionality, I'm not going to get into all of these different places, but you could stick him down in there to drive your tank. Up next here, we have his jet mode. I'll probably just have to stand this thing up. Yeah, hopefully this gets you the best view. And again, you can see some of these nice detailings. A flatter black here with Takara as well. A little glossier on Hasbro. You can see the different purple, red accent versus silver accent. Same silver striping there. But overall, nothing too surprising when we get him in this mode. Quick peek here at the underside, though. It's obviously it's the underside, so not necessarily meant to be what you would be seeing. But again, you see just how some of those color schemes and differences come through. And I'll say, just back on the whole fan mode thing, I mean, I hope I'm getting all these right. I'm mainly going off the pics because the instructions just make my eyes hurt. But the thing I always found with SixShot is there's just such subtle transformation steps, like what's it matter if this piece is facing this way versus this way? Does it matter? So that just gets back to all the fan mode effect of this guy. Some of these pieces just lay in place and you don't really get a lot of tabbing and firm transformations, and the modes certainly require some imagination. Up next here we have the Submarine Mode, as they call it, which is of course his gun, just upside down. They've sort of repurposed it. We'll take a look at the gun effect. So here's a bit more of a topside view. Even his guns are a bit of different color. This almost goes a bit ivory, off-white, where you get more of a flat white over here. Wolf head pulls out and kind of plugs in there to kind of help stabilize the handle. There are pegs for that, so that's one of the better peg elements of the transformation. And generally things up here in the leg section peg pretty well too. It's mainly the arms that seem like they always just get put in a certain position to sit there. I think if you're around back of the figure, this kind of helps with the submarine effect too, because you kind of get this, tower, which submarines have. This is, of course, a bit exaggerated, but then you even get the little cockpit there to put the guy. Take a look at that from the side. Again, some of that gray effect versus the silver comes into play, which is cool. You start to see some of these accents up here with the gunmetal gray. And then, of course, if you want to do what you really want to do with this thing, just turn it over, zoom out a bit here, and then you've got your gun, just like that. And it becomes pretty stable in the handle with the wolf head there and tabbing together. So pretty stable. You know, I guess up top, of course, it doesn't say because it's not official, but, and I can't recall, but maybe you could even put up the chest wings if you wanted like some sights. But that is the gun mode from back when kids had toy guns.
I'm your gun. I'm your gun.
Okay, guys, and here, 5 down, I've got his battle car mode. I'm actually making pretty good time. You won't know it because it's all behind the camera, but again, the modes aren't that different. That's why it's like quasi-fan mode. I mean, the battle car mode isn't that many steps away from the submarine mode. They kind of just make it look like something and call the battle car, whatever that is. Pop quiz. Can you spot the mistransformed piece? Mistransformed in finger quotes. Because of all these subtle differences. The tank tread should be up. But that's just one thing I hate about SixShot, all the little nuanced transformation things to be official. But, you know, it rolls. This thing, lots of playability. My son loves SixShot. This Hasbro version is his. He's still working on getting him through all the modes. 6 years old, you know, but thinks he's a lot of fun. And he is. So here, top side view, you can see a bit better. Some sticker there. I believe it's a sticker. Kind of yellow stripe. Tiny, tiny Decepticon logo on kind of the hood of the battle car. So you get more of a nice all-purple front end over there. Which is side view vertically, just so you can get in a bit tighter. Of course, the rims are painted. Not much on the bottom of the car. Basically, it looks like the top of the jet mode. So yeah, that's basically the battle car. And now we need a drum roll because we're about to go into Beast Mode, which actually is called Wolf Mode, of course. Okay, we did it.
There's never been a Transformer like him.
The Transformers.
I can do 4. I got 3. I figured out 5.
SixShot, the most challenging Transformer of them all, from Hasbro.
By we, I mean I. 6 mode here, Wolf Mode. And that original toy commercial, like getting through all the transformations was like a challenge. You know, can you get all 6 modes? Yes, I can. So Beast Mode here, you know, very cool. They keep the head really the same, but the headmaster, Titan Master, provides a different accent. And you see how that effect on the top of the brow there comes through with the Titan Master on Takara. That is a nice little touch there, the way they built that in. Really the only thing I think they traded off on Takara on the whole figure relative to Hasbro is when you go the underside of the neck, you get the silver cockpit there. They went silver for some of those vehicle accents. Hasbro kept all that white, so it does blend a bit better in the Wolf Mode there. It's probably the only place where Takara said, you know, we're going to make a color choice. It's a bit different. And that is really kind of hurting, I guess, a little bit one mode, though it's not really a big deal. It's on the underside. Barely notice it myself. So here you see some of the front, you know, these red accents coming through on the shoulders there with that darker purple. Side view here, you know, really just all the other accents, just creating different color for Takara. Can't say any of this stuff, you know, necessarily makes the wolf look better. Though I did forget to kind of re-point out here, again, on the toe, little, but you just got an all black piece of plastic with Hasbro, and with Takara it's white and they painted just the claws black. It's a nice little detail there. Otherwise, all you really have is just a different deco, you know, shining through, but not really otherwise impacting the Wolf Mode. Kind of works either color, but really it's this brow piece here, and then these kind of shoulder accents in the toe that make the wolf a bit cooler. So there you have it, guys. The sometimes ninja, all-time cool, sometimes Decepticon SixShot. Cool character from the Headmaster G1 continuity cartoon. A very good toy. Either version, Hasbro or Takara. Again, deco difference. A little bit of remolding there is what you're paying for. But this Hasbro version is very good. And he's been like on super deal. Was on Amazon recently for $20, and he's often being promoted for, you know, below 40. So check out my Amazon page if you're looking to pick up a SixShot or any Transformer or even toy. I have a lot of them out there. It's easy to jump out there and just kind of check the prices and see if anything's on deal. I'll put some links in the description below for Takara Legends 50 SixShot as well. And yeah, as always, if any of these videos are helpful for you, any shopping you do through those links is appreciated. So thanks for checking in, guys, and I'll see you next time.